Let's freaking go, squad. I'm hyped, bruh. I'm hyped. Let's go. I started off this morning with great energy. I was feeling good. I was feeling great about this game. I was feeling phenomenal. Fantastic energy through the roof. And then someone wanted to come on to my timeline and drop some news. Get out of here, bro. Like, that ain't no news. We're talking about news? We're talking about, Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be traded at the end of the year, potentially, barring a Super Bowl win. Thank you, Ian Rappaport. Thank you so much for dropping that huge piece of information today, right before our game against the Vikings. Thank you so much. That was information that we absolutely had to know right now. Thank you, Ian. Thank you. Woo, I'm spicy today. Ian got me spicy today. What's up, guys? What's good? Let's go. We see you in the chat. Drop an SDS in the chat if you are vibing right. Absolutely had to get that beard looking good. Shout out the wife. Just got me a little trimmed up, looking nice. We're rocking the man bun today. We're doing it all. Shout out Ian Rappaport today for getting me going, getting me real spicy today. I love when the national media tries to stir some stuff up. And I think that's what's really cool about being an independent content creator, having a platform, having all this ability to come out and talk, because at the end of the day, Ian Rappaport came out and said today that the 49ers were going to trade Jimmy Garoppolo by the end of the season. Big whoop. We understand. So we can come out and say, listen, Ian, thank you so much for that piece of information that literally every single human being amongst the 49er fan base understands. Thank you so much for bringing that to our attention. We really, really needed to know that right before our game against the Vikings, Again, this is a media game. This is how they work it. This is what Adam Schefter did on the night of the draft, talking about the whole air. They just sit on this stuff. And when it's quiet and there's nothing going on, there's no time to really talk about it. Like, oh, this is a good time. There's nothing to talk about. So we're going to leak this Jimmy information. So that's my rant. Just quickly, I had to get it off my chest. I had to get the Ian Rappaport rant off the chest, because now it's disruptive. If players in this locker room, employees and things like that, they see these things, it's disruptive. I started off this episode talking about how we came on here, the energy's feeling good, woke up this morning, energy's feeling good. And then Ian drops that. And again, they're trying to mess with us, man. They're trying to mess with us. The media's got a bone to pick with the San Francisco 49ers, and that's fine. Go ahead and pick your bones. But good thing the 49ers have a solid group of independent content creators to just be like, no, sir. Like, we don't care about your information or your headlines or the news that you're trying to generate. We don't care. We're going to move on, and we're actually going to take this information and we're actually going to use it to our benefit. And we're going to help get this fan base hyped. We're going to help use that information to say, you know what? Screw you, national media. We're all going to ride behind Jimmy. We know next year's the year of the Trey Lance. So this isn't groundbreaking information. So you know what? We're going to do, Ian? We're going to take that information and we're going to rally off of it. We're going to use that and we're going to feed off of it. So hopefully today, Jimmy Garoppolo comes out balling. That's what I want to see. I really, really want to see. So sorry. I had to get that. I had to start off with the Ian Rappaport rant. I'm sorry. Media gets me big hyped when they try to do all this kinds of good stuff. Oh, dang. Cam Newton has been benched. Oof. That's tough. So anyways, what we are here to talk about, guys, what we are actually here to talk about is we're here to talk about 49ers. We're here to talk about Vikings. We're here to kind of look at the keys to victory of how the 49ers can stack 3 wins in a row. They haven't done it very often. They've only done it less than a handful of times under the Kyle Shanahan era. So if they can go out here and stack 3 W's, the 49ers season is heading into a good place. As of right now, the 49ers sit 7th in the seeding for the NFL playoffs. So right now, if the playoffs were to end today, right now, obviously not accounting for the games that are going on right now, the 49ers are in the playoffs. So there's a lot at stake here. This is the first game this year that feels like it's not a desperation must have win. It feels like, all right, now we kind of control our own destiny. So, what's going to be really interesting to see is what the 49ers do with that energy, how they come out, and how they attack essentially the Vikings and their entire situation. Let's go. We see you. Let's go, DJ. So obviously, we understand the Minnesota Vikings are bringing in a pretty solid offensive unit. They're bringing in Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position, who's played pretty well this year. He's actually having a pretty darn good year in regards to completion percentage and all the different types of things. We know Kirk Cousins can make every throw. So, what's going to be important today is to see what kind of pressure this defensive line can generate on Kirk Cousins, as well as in combination with back end coverage. I wouldn't mind seeing disguises show, for example, cover two and roll into cover three, things like that. I don't want to make it easy for Kirk. I want to make it harder for Kirk than it needs to be. I want him to have one eye on Nick Bosa, Arden Key, and whoever's rushing the passer. I want him to be flustered. So I think that is the goal for the 49ers defense when they square off against the Vikings offense is to fluster Kirk Cousins. Now, it's a lot easier said than done because, again, they do have a very good running back in Dalvin Cook, arguably the best running back in the league. I'm going to put him in top five for sure, probably top three for me. Dalvin Cook is really, really good, and he's a hard nosed, in between the tackles, can bounce it outside, can make you miss in a phone booth. Dalvin Cook can do it all. So the 49ers are going to have a two-pronged attack because honestly, without stopping, if you stop Kirk Cousins, you're cutting off the head of Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen, which is what we want. So going into this, we have to make sure that we can contain and control Kirk Cousins, move Kirk Cousins off his spot within the pocket, get him flustered. And if we can do that, we help neutralize Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen because we understand based on matchups, we don't want Justin Jefferson going against Josh Norman. We understand based on those matchups alone, probably not the best in the world. So we don't want to see that occur if we can help it. So again, having good pressure up front early and often is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. For this team to be able to limit the production from Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. Those two are going to make plays. Those two are the definition of playmakers. So we're going to see. We're going to see what they're going to do. Just like Ryan's bringing up, Dre Greenlaw will be back in the lineup. It's going to be great to have Dre Greenlaw back for the 49ers. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he is mixed in with the starters, if he gets the starting job back just outright over Aziz Al-Shaair. I kind of Aziz kind of holding down, at least for this game, holding down the starting role. And I would imagine Dre Greenlaw actually playing the Aziz Al-Shaair role that Aziz had in the beginning of the year when Dre Greenlaw started. Regardless, having those three linebackers on the field for the 49ers against a really good offense is going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully we can be good there. Now, the Vikings got one of my favorite centers in the league, Garrett Bradbury. He's a draft crush out of what was it, NC State, I believe. Garrett Bradbury is a phenomenal center when it comes to movement ability, the ability to work feet, hands, leverage. Their center is really, really good. They also went and grabbed Christian Darrisaw out of Virginia Tech in this year's class. Christian Darrisaw, I believe, was like my third or fourth ranked. I think he was my third ranked tackle in this class off memory. My comp for him was Trent Williams. Now he's not Trent Williams. Trent Williams is a unicorn. There's no one like Trent Williams, But when you look at the traits and you try to preface a left tackle, he has movement ability and movement skills just like Trent Williams. Now, they're not the same. They're not at all in the same uh, category, not even close. But just to give you an idea, the type of player Christian Darrisaw is, kind of reminds me of Trent Williams. Really good feet, really good size, really good athletic ability, good strength, really good pass setter, really good pass set footwork. He's pretty decent in the run game as well. He's a really good tackle. So they have a decent offensive line. Brian O'Neill is probably, just kind of like your top 12, right tackle in the league. Nothing crazy, but he's going to get the job done. So they have a pretty decent offensive line. They have a good enough offensive line that they can really get stuff done. Obviously, when you have a running back like Dalvin Cook, you can make a decent offensive line look fantastic. So it's going to come this game, at least against Vikings offense versus 49ers defense, it comes down, in my opinion, to the trenches, rather the front seven. The defensive linemen and the linebackers stopping this run game and kind of confusing them in the pass game is going to be paramount in order to come away with a victory here. So I hope we see that soon. But if you go on to the opposite side of the football and you look at the defense for the Vikings, they're down some pieces. They are down Everson Griffin. I believe they're down a couple other guys on that D line as well. There's not a lot there, at least from what I've seen. Obviously, I didn't really go back and study the tape too much before they showed up. So it's going to be interesting to see what we get out of the Vikings D line, but they are missing two very important pieces that they have relied on. Now we know they have good linebackers: Eric Kendricks, Anthony Barr, Nick Vigil, all solid. Even got Chaz Surratt, one of my guys. I comp Chaz Surratt to Fred Warner in regards to tangible versatility style linebacker. Now, not again one-on-one comparisons. We're comparing traits. But also on the back end, they still have one of the better safeties in the league in Harrison Smith. They have Xavier Woods, who I believe came over from Dallas. And then you got Patrick Peterson, who we know well at cornerback, and Rashad Breeland, who is the ultimate journeyman cornerback. So at least from a matchup standpoint, the 49ers. Oh, wow. Breaking news in the college football world. Holy crap. Lincoln Riley just informed his staff that he is taking the USC coaching job. Wow. Oklahoma lost Lincoln Riley to USC. Not anything related to this to this game. But it is kind of wild, especially when you look at prospects and all that kind of stuff. So that's interesting. But anyways, it is going to be a good game, I believe. I believe it's going to be a hard fought game. I believe there's going to be both these teams want to win. Both these teams have a lot at stake here. So I imagine we see them. Yes, it looks like Cameron Dantzler is slated to play. I believe he's their basically third cornerback. So I imagine Cameron Dantzler will play again. The 49ers reportedly kind of flirted with Cameron Dantzler, the potential idea of trading him to the 49ers, but nothing ever really came through. But that is here nor there. So sorry, we got Elijah Mitchell active today, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I think Elijah Mitchell is going to get a decent amount of carries. They're showing him warming up on the field right now. He looks locked in and ready to go. So I imagine, at least from the 49ers running back committee, it's definitely going to be a lot of Jeff Wilson and a lot of Elijah Mitchell. I think they will use them in tandem, and I think that's pretty much who we'll see today. Now, they'll probably have Trey Sermon dressed and up, but I don't imagine we're going to see a lot of Trey Sermon today. Maybe a handful of carries at most. But at least from the running back room, I imagine we're going to see a lot of Jeff Wilson and we're going to see a lot of Elijah Mitchell. And that's going to be okay. That's going to be okay. But hopefully, we're going to get an answer to what's going on with the right tackle position. It's going to be interesting to see who starts there. We broke down kind of the situation with Air Jalen Moore and how he kind of got benched before halftime against the Jags. So it's going to be interesting to see who comes out at right tackle. I had Jason Aponte on this week. He actually I was actually leaning more towards Compton, but he made a really good point of, let's ride with Moore. We got to build up the reps anyways. It got to happen one way or the other. How other What better way to build up experience than keeping the right tackle rookie in there to gain more continuity playing on the right side opposed to the left. Um, so I actually don't mind that idea. But also at the same time, I understand how coaches think, and coaches truly believe in their hearts they're going to play the person that makes the least amount of mistakes. And when I say least amount of mistakes, mental mistakes. They can live with some of the physical lapses. They don't live with the mental lapses, the mental mistakes. And we talked about their inability to pass off stunts and how it was causing issues between Daniel Brunskill and Moore. That could be enough to have Compton slide in as a starter, but we're going to find out. We're going to see. Hopefully, we see both of them regardless, which has been the case for both times that Jalen Moore has had to start at right tackle. Oh, let's go. All the boys got the hair out today. Let's go. Look at this. It's a bun gang. A bun gang. Let's go. You see it. All the boys got their hair out today. Long hair, don't care. Let's go. Let's go. The flow is looking lovely. The flow is looking lovely down there at Levi's Stadium. Absolutely love to see it. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens at right guard. Running back, we kind of understand what's going to go on. We know that Debo Samuel's now a do it all. He's a do it all. He's a running back. He's a slot. He's an outside wide receiver. He's everything, right? So Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. I'm really hoping for a big, big game. Let's go. Hey, ball gang. Hey, ball gang. We see you. We see you, ball gang. Hey, we aligned with ball gang. I love the flow, but I feel for ball gang. We still rock with ball gang all day. Let's go. So in actives wise, nothing crazy for the 49ers. They only had 4 inactives today. Maurice Hurst, who obviously is his unfortunately been hurt all year. He came in for one game, had a good game after starting the year on IR, and we just haven't seen him since. Jermichael Hasty is out. O-line Colton McKivitz is out, and D-line Jordan Willis is out. So that's who's out for the 49ers. But overall, I'm pretty happy, man. I'm pretty excited. I think I feel good, even with the Ian Rappaport report, even with his report, that kind of pissed me off again because what are we doing? We're trying to win a game. We don't care about what's going to happen in January. Right now, like we don't. None of those players do. They don't. They're one game at a time. They're one game at a time. So talking about what's going to happen in January, and no one cares. No one cares. All it is a distraction. So hopefully it's not enough to derail. I don't think it is. I don't really think they care. Trust me. I think one of the awesome things too, if we take a look into kind of the locker room, kind of back to the report, these guys have been dealing with Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be traded since January of this year. If there's any group to be able to manage and deal with media noise, it's this group. So now that this report is coming out week 12, no one cares. No one cares. I really believe in that locker room, they don't care. Like what Ian said, everyone knows. and they had just moved past that. We talked about some of the issues that have occurred this year. Yeah, probably a lot of the issues that occurred with lack of continuity and lack of energy probably had to do with the fact that they were still dealing with getting an understanding that Jimmy Garoppolo is not going to be there next year. Like that was a part of this year that was woven within the fabric. Guess what? They've won 2 games in a row. They've won 3 out of their last 4 because I believe they have moved past that. They have moved on from that. The whole situation before, it is what it is. So this, I really don't think if you're in this locker room and you've had to hear these questions, hear these comments for the better part of 10 months, 11 months now, they don't care, man. They really don't care. Who freaking cares? Not me. And I don't think they do either. So, ooh, I got my boy on the sideline sending me some pictures. Um, Look at a goat looking fresh. I don't know. Sorry, it's definitely not the best way to show a picture. Yeah, it's not really gonna work. But the goat looking fresh out there. I got my boy sending me sideline snaps in real time. Let's go. Goat looking saucy with it. We see you, goat. So let me make a post real quick. Ooh, ooh, saucy pictures, bro. Sorry. Squirrel, squirrel. Let me make a post really quick. Goat talk. I got to make this Jerry post real quick. Jerry post. Jerry post. Let's go. All right. Jerry post is made. Um I'm excited. I think this team's ready. I don't think this report is going to do anything. If anything, it just makes them a more cohesive unit to just again block out the noise. Whatever happens, happens. Keys to victory. Keys to victory. The 49ers got to continue to run the football. They have to continue to pound the rock and own the clock. That has to be the mantra for this team the rest of the year. It has to be. They have to control clock, control the game, because again, it's about playing complementary football. When you hold the ball, you're aiding your defense. You're helping your defense. The longer you hold the ball, the longer you are helping your defense. It's switching the mentality of the opposing offense from attack mode to oh crap mode. We're running out of time. So that's the type of mentality that we want. We don't want the opposing offenses to feel like they got all the time in the world, do anything they want to do. We don't care about that. We want the 49ers offense to be able to continue to run the ball, churn out first downs, and win the time of possession game. That's really what I'm hoping to see today. Again, we've got 2 of the longest drives in football history in back-to-back weeks. Let's make it 3. I'm really excited to see what the offense comes out and looks like today. Let's see if they come out starting hot. And that's again what we're going to look at. What's the energy of the offense? What's the energy of it all? So I'm really really excited to see what that looks like today. Um, and I'm hoping for a win. Of course, of course. What do you guys got though? Drop your score predictions in the chat. I'll pull them up and we'll get. I want to see what you guys think. I'm assuming you guys want to see the 49ers win. Not everyone thinks the 49ers are going to win. So if you guys drop your score predictions in the chat. We'll pull them up real quick, give you a last opportunity to get your I told you so comments going because I think the 49ers, I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to go back and forth. I think there's a situation where the lead's probably going to change hands a couple times. I don't think this is going to be like one of those games where we're like, "Oh yeah, this is a cakewalk." This is a cakewalk. Um, we got another 30-10 back to back. Let's go. I see a lot of close ones. What's good, my guy? These ones are definitely a lot closer for the most part. Oh, we got some blowouts coming. Let's go. We like the blowout vibes. I think something like this from Fire Chief is kind of what we see, 27-24. Something that could be, we could see a field goal be the difference in the game. I think it's going to be a close one. I really do. It could turn out to something like this. Again, if the 49ers come out and do what they want to do and they own the clock and they run the football and own possession, then very well the game could look something like this, just like it looked similarly to against the Jags, which is again what we want. We want to see this team convincingly win. We don't, again, as long as they played their game, and if they played their game and it's a combined close game, or they played their game and they lose, we can be okay. Obviously, we don't want the L at all, but the biggest thing of all is we want to see them play their style, their brand of football for 3 weeks in a row. Because if you can do it for 3 weeks in a row, that's officially a habit. That's officially that's how those habits get started. Do something for 21 days and officially becomes a habit. You get 3 wins winning your style and your brand. Hell, now we're talking. Now we're cooking. So that's what I want to see. We'll find out. Gonna be a great game though. It's gonna be up and down game most likely. So everyone get prepared, get ready. Um, if you guys do want to vibe with me, I'm coming back in like 15 minutes. We're gonna do live reactions and a game chat throughout the entire game. So you guys, if you guys do want to join me, I always talk about probably the best way to watch is you have the game on your TV and you have your laptop. You can either have a headphone in or just use the chat, and we just vibe out. We just have a good time. So come back, vibe with us. We have the waiting room open on the that stream. If you want to go hop in there, we'd appreciate any likes to that video to help get us moving. But that's what we're going to be doing in 15 minutes. So we will be back at 1:15, and we're going for the long haul. And we're gonna watch the whole game together and see how everything goes. And hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully it's a good one. So come vibe with us, come chill with us. If you don't got it, we'll help you out. So that starts at 1:15. I hope now you guys got 15 minutes. About no, you got 25 minutes until the game starts. So you got 25 minutes till the game starts. Get your drinks, get whatever you need. We do not discriminate on this channel on how you vibe. So go vibe, come back with us. We'll see you in 15 minutes. Later.